Hello, everybody. This is Carla, and this time I'm back with a review for Gotham. This time is season 2, episode 5, titled Scarification. And I have to be upfront about this. First of all, what the hell is that title? Scarification? Really? What is this? A Disney Channel movie? That title is just not. It's just not, basically. And after that, I just have to add that this episode, I really didn't like it. I found it to be a giant snooze fest. It didn't keep me interesting. I was looking at my phone more than I was looking at the screen. And I don't know, I didn't like it at all. I found it very boring. I think the only part of it I really liked was Selena's conversation with Bridget. Where they talk about, being in a family versus being alone and stuff. I thought that was a really great conversation, but the rest of it was just like snooze. I did not care for this episode at all. I don't think Gallivan's reveal is really any very interest. This might just be because I'm not a DC girl. I know very little about DC. I'm more of a Marvel person, but I still like the general mythology of DC and Batman. Who doesn't know Batman? I know as much as I possibly can about Batman without having read the comics. And it just, is he supposed to be someone? Am I supposed to know him? I don't think I do. I've never heard about the guy, and honestly, we already knew there was some kind of feud between his family and Gotham, and since the Waynes are the most powerful family in Gotham, it's not a big stretch to imagine that he would want to take down Bruce and Wayne Enterprises and whatever. So, when they came to the reveal in this episode, I was like, didn't we already know that, sort of? Now we have the long version, we go back to 100 years and explain the history and the feud between the families and blah, blah, blah. I just didn't care. I don't know any of those people. So, should I care? All I know is that all I needed was that the Waynes did something to the Galvins and they were seeking revenge. That's all I needed. They didn't have to go through all that flair and stuff. Also, I said it last time, I don't care for them, for Galvin having kidnapped Penguin's mother. I don't like the fact that Penguin is supposed to be the king of Gotham, and all of a sudden he's back to being, at the sole of someone's foot. And I don't like it. I didn't need to see a full episode of Penguin just whining about his mother. It was not interesting. And also, I don't like the fact that Tigress is just like Gallivan's flunky. She's his sister. She's gonna be more interesting than that, right? Come on. It seems like she doesn't even have a personality. She's just bored all the time. Really? I can take that from Barbara because Barbara is, a spoiled brat, rich brat, and she's always been that way. But do we really need two of them? Really? Of course, Tigress can, she can use a whip. She's killer, and she's badass when they actually use her right. But the rest of the time, she's just there, taking her brother's messages around. Really? What is she, glorified messenger girl? This episode is just, it was really blah for me. It didn't really do anything. I don't care for the task force because guess what? We've never really heard all that much about them. How am I expected to feel bad for this dude who just died if I didn't know anything about him? I can barely remember which one of them he is. I remember the girl because she's the only girl, but all the other ones, I'm like, yeah, you could all be the same person. I wouldn't know. Because it's been one episode, and there's no sentimental connection there. The only thing I feel is, I feel bad for Jim, because of course he's in charge of them, and he's probably feeling pretty bad about that now, because they were under his command. But at the same time, is that really enough to turn him to endorse Galavan? Really? Like, it seems like too big of a leap. I don't have any connection to the dude who died, so I don't really understand why Jim would have it. Like, why would he be so close to him that it would totally turn his mind when it came to Galavan? This episode was very, very, very boring, and I really don't care. I really did not care. We didn't even see Bruce, which I was expecting. I like Selena. Selena's cool. I like her when she's being all sassy and whatever. I like that. The whole arsonist's family thing was blah. I mean, they spent so much time on these guys, and we don't really know anything other than they're stereotypical thugs, and apparently they were in love with fish or something. I just really don't care. So, yeah, this episode, probably the weakest so far. I understand that they need some fillers, but I didn't like this one. They didn't even really try to make it interesting at all. Penguin's whining is getting on my nerves so bad. Like, I like him when he's winning. Sorry, I just cannot stand him when he's whining. And I'm halfway hoping that his mother's dead or something, so he will just shut up. Like, do something drastic and shut up, because I cannot take his whining. Galavan's reveal was totally anticlimactic, and just Jim, the whole thing. I mean, the only thing that really made me smile was Lee, because she's awesome, and I like it when she when she was like, yeah, sure, and Jim's like, no, and then she just looks at him and he changes his mind, because it's so coupley and it's funny. But I didn't really need to see the double date. I don't care about Nigma and Miss Scriggle at all. They're very, I mean, I hope there's more to it than her actually falling in love with him now. I hope she's trying to get revenge or something, or trying to uncover his madness or something like that, but it doesn't seem that way. There have been no hints, and I'm really just starting to get annoyed, because I don't care to have them on screen. I find that relationship very grating, especially the way it happened. So I don't care. And that's basically it. That's basically the subtitle of this review is I don't care. This episode was very, very, very boring to me. And I don't know, I really hope that it starts looking up again, because I just can't find it in myself to actually be excited about anything that happened today in that episode. It started off on the wrong foot with the title, and then it just kept going down. I do not enjoy that. So please, pretty please, Gotham, go back to what you were doing so well in the past few episodes. Amp up the tension, amp up the action. That is good. And don't just give me that awful prediction I had, that once all the maniacs were gone, because Galavan obviously wasn't going to have them around for too long, but once they were gone, the show stopped being interesting, because they were so great for the first few episodes, and now that it's all over and even Jerome is gone and Barbara's nowhere to be found apparently, it's just not interesting enough. Galavan doesn't do it, so they better amp it up soon, because otherwise they're probably gonna lose me. I mean, I hate to say that after only one bad episode, but really, they need to step it up. The show cannot afford the lull. They just can't. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my review. Like I said, not a great episode, actually pretty boring, with very few bright spots that I enjoyed, but mostly just bad. And that's it for me now. So if you guys want to read or listen to more Gotham reviews, be sure to go to thegeekypub.com. which is our website where we have tons of reviews and also for other TV shows, movies, books, games, you name it, we got it. So be sure to check it out, and I will see you guys in my next review. Bye.